The NBA world is buzzing with speculation after reports emerged suggesting that the Los Angeles Lakers have made a blockbuster trade with the Utah Jazz, sending LAURI MARKKANEN to Utah in exchange for Rui HACHIMURA. Rumors of this potential trade have circulated for weeks, but sources close to team management claim that talks intensified after both franchises identified mutual needs, making this swap more plausible than anyone anticipated. Lakers fans are reportedly divided, with some praising the move as a bold step to add versatility and scoring on the wing, while others question whether giving up MARKKANEN, a proven stretch big, could disrupt team chemistry. Analysts have pointed out that HACHIMURA brings athleticism, defensive versatility, and the ability to attack the rim, elements that could complement the Lakers' core stars in ways MARKKANEN might not. On the Jazz side, acquiring MARKKANEN could provide a much-needed floor spacing option and a reliable scoring presence in the front court, especially given Utah's recent struggles to balance inside-out offense. Social media erupted as speculation about how this trade would impact rotations, playoff aspirations, and future cap flexibility dominated conversations. The team also adds intrigue, as both teams seem to be positioning themselves strategically for the remainder of the season. The narrative around this deal continues to evolve rapidly, fueled by fan theories, insider leaks, and tentative confirmations. Speculation intensified after sources hinted that Lakers management viewed HACHIMURA as a long-term fit with their current roster. The team reportedly considered not only his scoring but also his ability to guard multiple positions, a skill increasingly vital in the modern NBA. Observers noted that with LeBron James and Anthony Davis anchoring the lineup, adding a versatile forward who can contribute in transition, defend wings, and provide a secondary scoring could suit the Lakers' tactical approach. Meanwhile, Jazz executives are believed to be intrigued by the possibility of MARKKANEN providing consistent shooting from depth, opening lanes for Donovan Mitchell and allowing for more dynamic pick-and-pop situations. The buzz is heightened by speculation that internal discussions within both organizations were exceptionally cordial, hinting that the trade could be more than just a numbers-driven transaction but a calculated strategic move to reshape identity. Analysts have debated the long-term ramifications, with some suggesting the Lakers may have again defensive agility at the cost of spacing and some inside scoring. Fans, naturally, are split across social media platforms, with polls and threads debating who won the swap. The rumor mills further complicated matters by including hypothetical lineups, projected rotations, and even salary cap maneuvering, all feeding a narrative that could dominate headlines if confirmed. Conversations around the trade have seeped into podcast, streams, and even casual NBA forums, amplifying its presence. Industry insiders suggest that the Lakers' interest in HACHIMURA stems not only from immediate performance metrics but also from analytics evaluating his impact on plus-minus and pace. Data-driven evaluations reportedly show that HACHIMURA's presence often improves team transition offense and provides passing opportunities for primary playmakers, aligning with the Lakers' style of leveraging LeBron's court vision. Conversely, Utah's pursuit of MARKKANEN seems motivated by the Jazz's desire for a dependable shooting big who can stretch defenses and relieve some scoring pressure from perimeter stars. Sources speculate that this trade, if consummated, represents a broader league trend of targeting multifaceted forwards who combine athleticism, shooting, and defensive capability, fitting modern positional fluidity. Rumors indicate that agents for both players have been quietly involved, navigating contractual nuances and future options. Meanwhile, social media fanbases are dissecting footage, comparing previous performances, and projecting hypothetical synergies, creating a frenzy around how both players' skill sets might translate to their new teams. Speculative narratives even suggest that locker room chemistry and leadership qualities are under scrutiny, with Lakers hoping HACHIMURA integrates smoothly while Jazz management evaluates MARKKANEN's fit alongside core veterans. Analysts continue to debate whether the move is short-term opportunistic or a step toward long-term structural evolution, emphasizing that both franchises are entering a delicate negotiation phase. The rumor continues to expand beyond traditional media into online NBA communities. Reports indicate that Lakers management is highly focused on integrating Hachimura into their existing rotation efficiently. Rumors suggest a multi-step approach: first, assessing defensive matchups and minutes distribution; second, optimizing offensive sets to leverage his transition game; and third, evaluating chemistry with veteran stars. Analysts point out that Hachimura's ability to guard multiple positions and attack the basket could diversify options in late-game scenarios. Utah's strategy appears equally calculated, with MARKKANEN envisioned as a floor-spacing asset to amplify perimeter efficiency and support a more dynamic pick-and-roll approach. Social media speculation is rife with projected highlight sequences, statistical comparisons, and tactical breakdowns of potential matchups against elite teams. Insider chatter even hints at subtle psychological considerations, such as leadership qualities, adaptability, and locker room presence, all contributing to how smoothly this trade could unfold. NBA forums have exploded with hypothetical scenarios, debating whether this trade strengthens the Lakers' defensive schemes or enhances the Jazz's offensive balance. Analysts suggest that the outcome could influence free agency decisions, cap flexibility, and roster construction in subsequent seasons. The rumor mill continues to spin, blending statistics, subjective judgment, and fan sentiment into a narrative that feels almost cinematic. Emphasizing the uncertainty and excitement surrounding the prospective trade between Los Angeles and Utah. Sources indicate that the Lakers' interest in Hachimura may extend beyond immediate tactical needs, hinting at a strategic long-term vision. Rumors suggest that management evaluates him as a player capable of evolving alongside the team's core stars, potentially growing into a more prominent role in future seasons. Conversely, Utah's acquisition of MARKKANEN could signal an emphasis on spacing, floor vision, and consistent scoring, providing an immediate boost to offensive efficiency. Social media platforms are abuzed with comparisons of their career trajectories, stats, and stylistic fit, creating a feverish environment of debate and speculation. Analysts are dissecting potential rotations, projected matchups, and the trade's impact on both teams' playoff prospects. The rumor is further fueled by discussions about salary cap considerations, contract lengths, and the potential for follow-up moves in free agency or future drafts. Fan engagement has reached unprecedented levels, with polls, mock lineups, and analytical threads dissecting every conceivable angle. NBA podcasts and streams are devoting segments to potential outcomes, debating whether the Lakers have prioritized defensive versatility over shooting, and whether the Jazz have made a calculated move to strengthen perimeter spacing. The swirling speculation has reached the point where even casual observers feel compelled to weigh in, highlighting the rumor's magnetic appeal and the depth fascination it generates within the basketball community. League insiders suggest that if this trade materializes, it could have ripple effects far beyond the immediate teams involved. Hachimura's integration into the Lakers' rotation could necessitate lineup changes, minute reallocations, and strategic shifts impacting other bench players. Simultaneously, MARKKANEN's arrival in Utah might influence the Jazz's offensive schemes, spacing dynamics, and even player morale, especially if his scoring alleviates pressure from primary scorers. Social media chatter indicates fans are projecting alternate scenarios, predicting both successes and failures, and creating a highly animated atmosphere of rumor and debate. Analysts emphasize that the deal, if confirmed, represents more than a swap of talent. It reflects evolving philosophies on player versatility, positional fluidity, and strategic adaptation in the modern NBA. The speculation has inspired detailed statistical analysis, highlight comparisons, and extensive debates about each player's ceiling, fit, and long-term value. Sources hint that management in both franchises is aware of public perception, passively using controlled leaks to gauge reactions and maintain leverage in negotiations. Podcasts, streams, and NBA forums have become echo chambers of rumor and conjecture, amplifying the narrative beyond official channels. The storyline surrounding this potential Lakers Jazz trade has taken on a life of its own, blurring lines between confirmed reporting, insider insight, and fan-driven speculation. The Lakers Jazz trade rumor continues to dominate NBA circles, with sources indicating that internal evaluations on both sides have been exhaustive, analyzing every nuance of fit, rotation, and potential impact. Rumors suggest that Los Angeles coaching staff has been running extensive simulations with Hachimura in different lineups, exploring defensive switches, pick-and-roll variations, and late game scenarios to see how his presence could maximize LeBron James' playmaking. Analysts speculate that his ability to guard multiple positions and attack the rim may allow the Lakers to expand defensive sets while maintaining defensive integrity, especially against top-tier opponents. Meanwhile, Utah is reportedly focusing on how MARKKANEN could integrate into existing spacing patterns, emphasizing perimeter shooting and creating lanes for Donovan Mitchell. The chatter online has exploded, with fans creating mock lineups, projecting statistics, and debating potential playoff ramifications, amplifying the rumor's visibility across forums, social media platforms, and podcast discussions. Industry insiders hint that agents for both players have been quietly negotiating, considering not only current contracts but also future options, endorsement opportunities, and team culture fit. Speculation also extends to whether this trade could trigger additional moves, with cascading effects on bench depth, draft picks, and long-term roster flexibility. The Lakers Jazz swap, whether hypothetical or imminent, has evolved into a multidimensional story blending data, intuition, and rumor-driven intrigue. Whispers around the NBA suggest that the Lakers are keenly aware of Hachimura's potential ceiling, evaluating his athleticism, defensive versatility, and ability to complement superstar talent in high-pressure moments. Rumors indicate that management is particularly interested in how his transition game could leverage LeBron James' court vision, potentially creating new offensive schemes and spacing opportunities that were previously underutilized. Analysts are debating whether the trade would enhance the Lakers' defensive adaptability, allowing for quicker rotations and improved perimeter coverage, while fans on social media dissect every highlight reel, statistical comparison, and possible lineup adjustment. Meanwhile, Utah's interest in MARKKANEN seems driven by a desire to add a reliable floor spacing big capable of supporting a more dynamic pick-and-pop offense. Reports suggest that internal discussions focus not only on on-court performance but also on locker room chemistry, leadership dynamics, and long-term adaptability. Leaked chatter suggests that Lakers coaching staff are envisioning Hachimura in multiple rotation scenarios, testing lineups that maximize LeBron James' facilitation while maintaining Anthony Davis' inside presence. Rumors indicate experiments with small ball units, switch-heavy defensive schemes, and transition-focused defenses, aiming to optimize both pace and efficiency. Analysts speculate that Hachimura's versatility could allow for innovative matchups, increasing the team's adaptability against elite Western Conference contenders. On the Jazz side, MARKKANEN's shooting profile could create immediate spacing benefits, especially in pick-and-pop situations, while reducing defensive congestion for primary scorers. Social media platforms are filled with fan-generated highlight reels, statistical projections, and animated debates about potential rotation changes, playoff impact, and long-term development. Insiders hint at agent involvement, evaluating not only contractual conditions but also personal and professional fit within the new environments. The rumor mill suggests that if the trade occurs, both teams could see ripple effects beyond the initial swap, influencing bench contributions, rotation strategies, and potential follow-up transactions. Analysts continue to dissect pros and cons, weighing Hachimura's defensive contributions against MARKKANEN's floor spacing and scoring reliability. The narrative is amplified by uncertainty, insider leaks, and fan speculation, creating a vivid rumor-driven ecosystem around this high-profile potential trade. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. NBA insiders suggest that the Lakers' pursuit of Hachimura reflects a broader strategic vision, prioritizing versatility, defensive switching, and athletic contribution over pure floor spacing. Rumors indicate that management sees potential for Hachimura to complement existing stars, particularly in late game scenarios where adaptability and transition efficiency are critical. Meanwhile, Utah's interest in Markkanen appears to prioritize consistent scoring, perimeter spacing, and defensive predictability to complement Donovan Mitchell's dynamic playmaking. Social media chatter includes mock rotations, statistical comparisons, highlight breakdowns, and passionate debates about which team wins the trade. Analysts have highlighted potential shifts in team identity, noting that the Lakers might trade floor spacing for defensive agility, while the Jazz could reinforce offensive efficiency but risk rotational balance. League discussions suggest that both franchises are also considering long-term financial and roster implications, including contract flexibility and future trade options. Podcasts, streams, and online forums amplify every rumor, blending statistical reasoning, subjective judgment, and fan speculation. The narrative is layered, combining tactical evaluation, personality fit, and speculative scenarios. Rumors continue to swirl about how Hachimura and Markkanen would integrate into new systems, influence rotations, and impact playoff aspirations, maintaining a high level of intrigue among analysts and fans alike. Speculative sources indicate that Lakers executives are meticulously evaluating Hachimura's projected impact on defensive schemes, transition play, and late-game performance metrics. Rumors suggest detailed analysis of on-diagonal of splits, matchup effectiveness, and synergy with existing stars, and at determining the trade's strategic value. Utah's internal discussions reportedly focus on Markkanen's floor spacing, pick-and-pop potential, and ability to relieve scoring pressure from primary perimeter players. Fan communities on social media platforms are generating detailed mock lineups, statistical projections, and highlight compilations, fueling debate about rotations, efficiency, and playoff implications. Industry insiders suggest agent negotiations are addressing not only salary and contract terms but also potential long-term roles and team culture integration. Analysts speculate that if completed, the trade could redefine tactical approaches for both franchises, influencing rotations, lineup versatility, and roster construction decisions. Rumors also hint at cascading effects on other players, minutes, bench contributions, and future trade flexibility, suggesting a broader ripple effect. Podcasts and streams dissect every angle, combining analytics, intuition, and rumor-driven narratives into a compelling story. The Lakers Jazz trade has become more than a potential swap, it's a multi-layered saga of strategy, speculation, and fan engagement. Conversations online amplify uncertainty and excitement, ensuring the narrative remains at the center of NBA discourse. Sources indicate that Lakers management might see Hachimura as a long-term solution to rotational gaps, with rumors suggesting a focus on adaptability, athleticism, and defensive versatility. Analysts speculate that integrating him with LeBron James and Anthony Davis could unlock new offensive schemes and defensive flexibility, potentially enhancing playoff performance. Utah's acquisition of Markkanen reportedly aims to provide dependable floor spacing and scoring, complementing Donovan Mitchell and increasing overall offensive efficiency. Social media conversations have exploded with projected lineups, statistical analysis, and debates about the trade's impact, reflecting a highly engaged fan base. Industry insiders hint at contract negotiations, locker room dynamics, and potential cascading trades are being carefully considered, adding complexity to the rumor deal. Analysts continue to weigh pros and cons, assessing both immediate and long-term effects, while fan speculation drives the narrative across forums, streams, and podcasts. The rumor combines tactical evaluation, player potential, and speculative outcomes, creating a vivid storyline that blends data and narrative. Conversations online speculate about rotations, playoff impact, and team identity, emphasizing that the trade could have far-reaching consequences. The Lakers-Jazz swap rumor remains one of the most discussed potential trades of the season, capturing attention from fans, analysts, and insiders alike. Whispers in NBA circles indicate that this trade, if finalized, could reshape both franchises' identities, with HACHIMURA providing defensive versatility and transition scoring for Los Angeles, and MARKKANEN offering floor spacing and defensive consistency for Utah. Analysts speculate on how rotations, playoff matchups, and strategic approaches might shift, emphasizing the multifaceted implications. Rumors suggest management in both organizations is evaluating long-term implications, including contract flexibility, bench depth, and potential future trades. Social media is alive with speculation, mock lineups, highlight compilations, and statistical debates, generating fervent discussion. Industry insiders hint at agent involvement addressing contracts, extensions, and locker room integration, adding another layer of complexity to the potential swap. Analysts and fans alike continue to explore every angle, from tactical impact to player chemistry, emphasizing the uncertainty and excitement surrounding the deal. Podcast, YouTube streams, and online forums dissect every nuance, blending analytics, rumor, and fan-driven speculation. The Lakers-Jazz trade rumor has evolved into a captivating, multidimensional story. Conversations continue to unfold, keeping the basketball world engaged, invested, and eagerly awaiting confirmation or denial, as speculation fuels a narrative of strategic evolution, fan fervor, and league with intrigue. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.